everybody. My name is Carelene and I'm from Yoga House in South Africa. I created this class for a healthy spine. So I do believe that there's a lot that needs to be done and be considered when it comes to a healthy spine, but the focus of this class is on, it's short, but it's focused on the muscles that helps us with stabilizing muscles of the spine, and then also the movers of the spine. So we're just going to go into a few movements to support that and bring our attention to the spine. How is it feeling? Which parts of the spine feels like it can move better than others? And there's no judgment. We're just moving to feel good and connect with our bodies. So when you're ready, you can take a comfortable cross-legged seat, whether it's half lotus or one leg in front of the other. And let's just take a moment to connect to this present moment and to our bodies. You can bring your palms up on your lap. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in as an invitation into this present moment and into your body. And very gently lean into your sit bones and into the upper back just a little bit. Bring your awareness to sensation in your body. Breathe into sensation. Then I'd like you to bring your attention down into your sit bones. Do you feel like they are equally grounded? Bring your awareness to the space between your sit bones, your tailbone. And then follow in your mind your spine all the way up to the crown of your head. So we'll go over the tailbone, the coccyx, over the sacrum, into that little dip at your lumbar spine, over the arch in your thoracic spine, into that little dip at the cervical spine, your neck. Go all the way over the crown of your head, over your skull, and then all the way to your forehead, down to the front of your throat, the front of your neck, down towards your chest bone, and all the way back down into your pelvic bowl. And just notice that natural curve of your spine, that natural shape. And then interlace your fingers in front of your heart. You can open your eyes and look at your knuckles. And then push your palms forward, almost towards the mat in front of you. Then start to wrap your outer shoulders down to the mat. Gently pull your hands apart, but you're trying to pull them apart, but they're staying locked in. And then very slowly just start to round into your back, into your upper back. Let the shoulder blades slide forward on your back. And then start to round also into your lower back. So you're leaning into the back of your sit bones. Relax the upper neck. And it's almost like you're bringing your whole spine into this rounding, this arch. And then rock forward onto the front of your sit bones. And then start to rise up through the center, the front of your spine. Lift up through the chest bone. Soften around your neck, ground your sit bones, and then start to rise up through the center of your chest. On your exhale, rock onto the back of your sit bones again. Start to round your upper back as you lower your hands. Start to round your lower back. Lean into the back of your sit bones and just feel into this rounding of your spine. Deep breath in, rocking forward. Rise up to the front of your spine. Let the top of your sacrum tilt forward. Your heart lift up. And exhale, lower your hands, round your back. Leaning back. Bring your awareness into the spine. Notice where the spine feels like it's a bit more mobile. Where does it move easy? And where does it not? And we just paying attention to that without judging. And rocking forward all the way back up. Last one, when you're ready, rounding into your back, leaning into the back of your sit bones, and slowly come to neutral. Bring your hands back to your heart. Release your hands and shake out your hands. When you're ready, switch the seat that you're in. So bring your opposite leg in front, or take half lotus. Interlace your fingers again. This time take a different interlace, so the non-habitual interlace. Push your palms forward again. Wrap the outer shoulders down and gently kind of pull your hands apart. On your next inhale, bring your arms back over your head. And then stop when you feel really good or comfortable in your body, in your spine, and around your hips. And then start to make little circles with your hands on the ceiling. And you can also really allow the spine to join in on this movement. So you're kind of pushing into the back and the sides of your ribs. Your circles can be bigger than mine, it can be smaller than mine, so you're really just feeling into your body and into the spine, into the torso. You can go in both directions. And when you're ready, slowly release your hands back to your heart. Release your fingers and shake out your hands. Bring your left palm up towards the ceiling. Grab your left hand or your fingers. And as you extend your arm, pull your fingers back to your body and push your left palm forward. And then try to point the center of your heart forward. Take a deep breath in, a long breath out. And then when you're ready, bring your left hand onto your left shoulder. And you can hold onto one of your shins, and then we're just going to make circles with the left elbow. But we're going to allow the spine to move as well. So we're going to make big circles with the left shoulder. Not isolating the movement in the shoulder for this one, but actually just seeing how my spine moves with my shoulder. And you can go from back to front now. Breathing deeply, exhaling long and slow. And when you're ready, slowly release. Bring your right palm up. Grab your fingers with your left hand, and as you pull the fingers back, extend your arm forward. And imagine just pushing into the palm. Pointing your heart forward. Take a deep breath in, up through the fingers, along the arm, into your heart center, and exhale back out through your hands. And when you're ready, you release. Bring your right hand onto your right shoulder. You can hold onto your legs if you'd like. And then make a big circle from front to back with your right elbow or your right shoulder. And you can allow the spine to move. You can move as much or as little as you'd like. Your awareness goes to sensation in your body. And you respond to that sensation with movement, with adjustments, with subtle little changes, to where you feel really good in the movement. And then we'll go from back to front. Inhale, exhaling. That's it. Finish off your last round, and you can slowly roll over your shins and onto your hands and knees. Once you're on your hands and knees, really spread your fingers out, and then firmly press the tops of your feet and your shins into the mat, as well as your hands. So we're finding this activation right here by just holding this tabletop position. Now imagine hugging your hands towards the middle of the mat and slightly bending your elbows. And reach your sit bones away from the crown of your head. The crown of your head away from your sit bones. Pull your belly button to your spine. And then when you're ready, stay slightly active through the arms and the shins, but drop your belly to the floor. Take a cow stretch, lengthen through the collarbones. Now I want you to see if you can not go to your full extension. You just want to stay soft. And then take a cat stretch. Rounding your back. Again, not going to the highest point that you can. Deep breath in, lift up through your sit bones, move along your spine, and lengthen your chin forward. Exhale, rocking back into cat stretch. I'd like you to do a few rounds of these in your own time. Your attention stays in your body and it stays towards your spine. You're checking in. Which parts of my spine have limited movement? And which parts of my spine really just moves easily? And the next time you come to a cow stretch, look forward. Tuck your toes and then find a long feeling in your spine again as you lift your knees, take downward facing dog. You can move around, pedal the feet out. Spread your fingers out wide and then really ground through your whole hand. So your hands and your feet will stay on the mat, but we're going to very slightly adjust or shuffle your weight into your right foot, your right hand, so you go forward. Then bring your weight into your left hand and your left foot as you push back. So you're making a little circle on your mat from right to left, going to right hand, left foot, right hand, left hand, left foot, right foot. Finish your round and then go to the other side. Left foot, left hand, right foot. Deep breath in. Exhale to right. Finish one more round to the left. And then find a neutral. Ground your hands and feet and then just sway your weight from left foot to right foot in an attempt to sway your pelvis from left to right. Notice what happens at your spine. And from here, we'll come to center and take 3 spinal waves to plank. So what we're going to do is lift up high onto the toes. Tuck the tailbone and pull the belly button in. The chest up to the ceiling. Rock into a plank. Grip into your fingertips and then push through your heels and rise back up through your hips. We'll take 2 more. Inhale up to the toes. Tuck your tailbone. Pull the belly button up. Pull the heart up to the ceiling. Exhale, push through the hands. Heels back and down. Last one. Inhale, rising up. Exhale to plank. Inhale up with your hips. Exhale, downward facing dog. You bring your feet a little closer together, a little higher up the mat. And then inhale, go up onto your toes. Drop your shins around the middle of the mat. Come to sit on your shins. Shake out your hands. Move your wrists a little bit. Then bring your hands onto your hip bones, that Mickey Mouse shaped bone at your hips. And then use your hands to help you feel into this pelvic tilt forward, chest going forward. And then lean into the back of your sit bones, let the front of your hip bones curl up. Now, I'm over-exaggerating this movement. It can be much smaller. So taking little tilts with your pelvis, letting the back go into the movement that it feels natural in. And when you're ready, come to a more neutral spine. Spin your bum to the floor and your feet to the side and forward. We're going to come onto our back. Okay, from here the legs will go up to the ceiling. Now, if you can get your legs vertical to the floor, that's good. And you can stay here if you feel comfortable in the lower back. Or you can take a bend in your knees and just keep the angle that they're in. And make sure the muscles around your legs feel firm, your toes are curling back. Okay, and you can hug your inner thighs slightly together. Choose legs straight or bent. And then bring your arms over your head. Draw your lower back down into the mat, your lower back ribs into the mat. And see if you can firm your sacrum down into the floor. That's it. And when you're ready, interlace your fingers behind your head. On your next inhale, curl your tailbone up to the ceiling. On your exhale, curl your shoulder blades off of the mat. Rest your head in your hands. And see if you can go a little higher with your tailbone and with your shoulder blades. And then you're finding about 4 or 3 vertebrae right at the middle of your back. And you're trying to balance on those. Slowly rest your head back down. Deep breath in, curl your tailbone up. Exhale, empty your lungs as you rise up, pressing into about 3 or 4 vertebrae. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lift your tailbone. Exhale, lift your shoulder blades. Lower down. Deep breath in. Lift your tailbone. Exhale. Curl up with the mat, hold. Right, from here we're going to lower the right leg down. Now if your knees are bent, it'll look something like this. Coming back up. Lift your legs, you'll curl your tailbone up to the ceiling. Left leg goes all the way down. And if your legs are straight, really firm into the bones of your legs. So the muscles are hugging the bones. Hug your sit bones towards your midline. Coming back up, deep breath in, lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. Exhale, right leg goes down. Firmly push through the heels of both of your legs. Coming back up, inhale, lift your tailbone. Exhale, left leg goes down. Firm through your legs and bring left leg all the way up, lift your tailbone. Exhale, bend your knees and lower your head to the mat, lower your feet a comfortable distance apart. And then bring your arms out to the side in this T shape or cactus shape. Curl the chin down to your collarbones. And then we're going to do this movement with the lower back, this little massage for the pelvis and the lower back. So we're going to rock forward onto the front of your tailbone. And then let the chest arch, so like lifting up to the ceiling. And then on your exhale, curl the tailbone under. Press your lower back into the mat, press your feet into the mat, and maybe let the bum rise a little bit. And then lower back down to the mat, let the lower back arch come off of the mat. Exhale, press the lower back into the mat, curl the tailbone under and up, maybe go a little higher. And then slowly lower your spine back down and tilt your pelvis forward, let your lower back go into an arch. And rock back onto the lower back. Curl your tailbone, maybe rise a little higher. And exhale. Coming back down. One last time. Let your lower back come off of the mat. Rise up through your chest. And then come to a fairly neutral feeling in the spine. Interlace your fingers again behind your head. When you're ready, bring your legs back up to the ceiling. That's it. From there, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, curl the shoulder blades off of the mat. Firm your legs forward. Rest your head in your hands. On your inhale, lift your tailbone up. Exhale, slowly lower your legs as far as you can go while keeping the spine firmly grounded into the mat. And then slowly rise back up. Inhale. Exhale, going back down. Inhale, going back up. And exhale, going back down. Following the rhythm of your breath, we'll do 2 more rounds. Exhale, going down, hugging into your inner thighs. Inhale, go up. Last one. Take a place that you can hold. Firm your abdominal wall down into the mat. Hug into your inner thighs. Take an easy breath into your abdomen. And then very slowly bend your knees. Rest your head down. Place your feet down and bring your arms back into that cactus shape. We'll go back into these little hip sways or rocking of the pelvis. So you're going to let the lower back arch off of the mat and then let the lower back come down into the mat and then curl your tailbone up to the ceiling. Take a little bridge pose, however high you'd like, and then lower the spine back down, 1 vertebra at a time. Tilt your pelvis forward, arch your back. Exhale, coming down and curl the tailbone up. That's it. Last one, coming down, 1 vertebra at a time. Arch your lower back away from the mat. And then take a more neutral feeling of the spine. And when you're ready, the right foot will go on the mat. The left foot will rise up. And you're going to bring your left hand behind your head. You're going to do 5 rounds with the right hand, reaching slightly across to your left toes, and you're going to come back down. Inhale up, exhale down. Up, inhale, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Last one going up, hold. And coming down. Okay, switch sides. Right hand goes behind your back. Right leg goes up. And on your inhale, reach up with your left fingers. Exhale, go down. Keep the tension at your core so we're not relaxing all the way when we go back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, hold. Take an exhale. Take an inhale. And exhale, lower down. Bring your feet to the mat. Bring your arms out to the side, cactus. Arch your lower back off of the mat. Push your lower back down into the mat. Curl your tailbone under and lift up into bridge. If your arms or your shoulders feel comfortable, just keep them here. And take a deep breath. Press into your heels so you're in a bridge pose. And then very slowly lower back down. Last movement for the core. Lift your legs up. Knees can be bent or straight. Interlace your fingers behind your head. You're going to inhale, curl your tailbone up. Exhale as you cross over your midline a little bit. Elbow goes to left knee. And then try to curl both of your shoulder blades off of the mat as well as your tailbone. Release the twist. Inhale. Exhale to right. Inhale. Exhale to left. Inhale. Exhale to right. Inhale. Exhale to left. Inhale, last one to right. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, place your feet down. This time bring your hands next to your hips, palms down. Bring your feet somewhere comfortable. You're going to go back up into a bridge. Tuck your tailbone a little. And then rise up into bridge. So what we're looking for is not height, but rather a feeling of the glutes doing most of the work. So see if you can press all the soft cushiony parts of your feet firmly down into the mat. And then imagine hugging your feet, both of your feet into the middle of the mat, but pushing your knees slightly outward. And then you kind of pause where you feel like, my glutes are on. And we're going to stay for 5 deep breaths. Allow the core, the stabilizing muscles of the spine to support you in this position as well. Keep the back of the neck long and the hands and the arms pushing into the mat. Remembering to hug in with your feet, push out a little with your knees. We'll take one more breath. On your exhale, very slowly come down. Start with your upper back, go to your middle back, lastly lower back and glutes. Take a moment here in the neutral feeling at your spine and your pelvis. Then very gently start to sway your knees from side to side. Massage the upper glutes on the mat. Okay, when you're ready, we'll come to neutral. Bring the legs back up. If they're bent, but just keep them firm and keep them at that angle. We're going to curl the chin in, rise up, walk your fingertips forward on the mat. Okay, hug your inner thighs together and firm your spine down into the mat. From here, reach your hands forward, your sit bones up a little. Firm the front of your thigh muscles forward. Press your abdominal wall down firmly into the mat. And then see if you can pull the knees closer and closer and closer to your body using your core muscles. And then you can grab the back of your knees, bend your knees and pull yourself up to a seat. From here, cross your ankles. And we're going to take plank. So we're going to stay back into plank, but we're going to do plank on the forearms. You can choose to keep your hands open, your elbows in line with each other, or cup your hands, and then take your forearm plank. So just notice that feeling that we've had in the pelvis, the one where we've tilted it up and down, and then find a fairly neutral place for your pelvis, but slightly tuck your tailbone under, and then push your forearms into the mat. Now imagine pulling your toes to your elbows and your elbows to your toes, belly butts into the spine, but you're breathing easy using your diaphragm, which is also one of the stabilizing muscles of the spine. Or breathing into the belly, let the diaphragm push down into the belly and let it come up as you exhale. And when you're ready, slowly drop your knees, your hips, open your hands, ground the inside of your forearms, the inside of your hands, and then you're going to pull your elbows to the back of the room, pull your chest, your heart forward, and just feel this like lengthening, opening at the front of your spine. Spinning your inner thighs up to the ceiling. So you're actually quite active here with your forearms, pulling the body, the elbows back and the body forward. And when you're ready, you'll relax down into your shoulders. Place your hands on the mat. Take a moment, maybe rock your hips from side to side. Tuck your toes and then take downward facing dog. So we're going to take the spinal waves again, but this time it's going to end with an upward facing dog. We'll do 3 of them. So you can follow me. We're going to inhale, go up onto the toes, pull the belly button up to the ceiling, tuck the tailbone, pull your ribs in, round your back, rock forward all the way into your fingertips. Then push your hands into the mat and push your heels backward. Firm your core, point your toes, and then roll up to upward facing dog. Right, so give some space in your lower back. Reach your chest forward, lengthen your collarbones, and find that core activation here as well. We're going to go back to plank from here, so it's like a bend in the elbow. Tuck the toes and downward facing dog. When you're ready, we'll go forward again. Inhale, rise up onto the toes. Tuck your tailbone, round your back, and then eventually find a long spine. Push back through your heels. Point your toes, activate your arms, your core, and then roll up. Upward facing dog, firmly pushing down into the mat. Take plank. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Last round when you are ready. Inhale, going up. Exhale, going forward. Push back into your heels. Inhale, point your toes. Exhale. And inhale, upward facing dog. Take plank. Downward facing dog. Good. You gently sway the hips from side to side. And then take a shorter down dog. So your feet goes wider and closer to your hands. And then see if you can really just get that long feeling on the spine, long waistline. to see if the left and the right side of your waistline feels equally long. Externally rotate your shoulders. Release your neck. Burn the muscles of your legs to the back of the room. Hug your frontal ribs into your body. And when you're ready, rock into your hands. Drop the knees wide. Bring your big toes together. And sit back into a child's pose. If you need to shake out the wrist a little bit, moving through the wrists. And then go up onto your fingertips in this child's pose. Stay slightly engaged through your hands. Let your chest melt down while wrapping your outer shoulders to the mat. And walk your right fingers a little further forward than your left, and then your left fingers a little forward from your right. And then you're feeling like you're really getting that length in your spine, stretching your spine forward, pulling your hips back. And then when you're ready, we'll walk the hands to the right side of the mat. Lengthen through the left side of your body. Slowly walk to center and over to the left. Lengthening through the right side of your waistline. When you're ready, move back through center. Walk your hands back to your legs. And then we're just going to slowly make our way onto our belly, onto the stomach. And bring your arms back out to that cactus shape, elbows in line with shoulders and hands in line with elbows. Okay. Try to press your pinky toes into the mat. Firm the glutes. Take a deep breath in. Use that inhale to push the air of your belly into the mat. Lift your shoulders, your elbows, your hands, and then draw the shoulder blades together on the back of your body. Lift the back of your head up to the ceiling. And then maybe lift your feet if that feels okay. See if you can firm your glutes, spin your inner thighs up, and reach your chest far forward. Release a pinching, squeezing feeling in your lower back. Rather soften there a little bit. And reach forward, focus on your upper back. Exhale, come down. You can rest your ear on the mat. And when you're ready, we'll go 2 more rounds. Tap your forehead. Press your toes into the mat. Inhale. Lift your feet. And then exhale here. Use your shoulder blades. Lengthen through your spine. Exhale, coming down opposite ear to the mat. When you're ready, tap your forehead. Press your toes into the mat, your hips. Inhale, rise up. Draw the shoulder blades together. Allow those upper back and postural muscles to really switch on. And then slowly lower back down. You can place your hands underneath your shoulders and gently rock from side to side. And slowly come up onto your elbows. Back into a swing pose for a moment. And just bring your left shoulder forward to your right hand and look over right shoulder. And then right shoulder comes forward. You can move your ribs up to the ceiling. Just create a little bit of more movement in your spine. And then when you're ready, push back onto your knees, onto your shins, and we'll come back onto our backs. Okay, from here, bring both knees into your chest, but keep the spine firm on the mat. The chin hugging into your collarbones. And then straighten out your left leg all the way forward. Hug your right knee into your body and take a deep breath into your ascending colon on the right hand side of your belly. Curling all 10 toes back towards your body. And bring your right arm out to the right hand side. Your left hand can guide your right leg to the other side of your mat. So you're crossing over your midline. And then look over your right shoulder. Direct your breath down into your abdomen. When you're ready, slowly release your gaze up to the ceiling and your knee back to your chest. Bring both knees into your chest. Find symmetry and extend your right leg forward. Pull the left knee into your body. Breathe into the descending colon on your left. And bring your left arm out to the side and your left leg goes to the other side of the mat and looking over left shoulder. Something nice to keep in mind is to see if you can push the front of your left hip bone or your left hip bone to the bottom of your mat. So you're pushing it forward in an attempt to lengthen the left side of your waistline. And when you're ready, very slowly release your gaze up. And come out of the twist. Bring both knees into your body. Now pressing into the transverse colon, bring your head up so that intestine that's coming across your belly at the top, so it's squeezing into that. Gently pressing the back of the kidneys into the mat, rocking from side to side. Rest your head down. So you have two options. If a shoulder stand is within your practice, we'll go into shoulder stand, or you can take Savasana right now. For shoulder stand, see if you can use your elbows, use your core. Bring your feet over your head if that's available to you. And then shuffle your elbows and your shoulder blades close to your body and try to keep your gaze up, your neck long. And then find a place for your hands. Stack your hips above your shoulders. Take a little bit of a core activation support. And then rise up through your legs. Point your feet. Activate your legs. And then exhale, completely relax and soften your legs. If this feels very uncomfortable at the neck, or if there's any sharp pains shooting through your neck, then just release this pose completely and maybe lie with your legs against the wall. Take a few more breaths here. Bend your knees to your forehead. Slowly roll out of it. Optional to take happy baby. Firm your sacrum down into the mat and almost just allow the lower back to very subtly come into its natural little arch. Happy baby, bring the soles of your feet together. Wrap your hands around the outer edges of your feet and push your knees forward. And if you feel like your head is dragging on the mat, then just lift your head, curl your tailbone up to the ceiling. And then slowly release knees to chest. Stretch your body long on your mat. You can interlace your thumbs or hook your thumbs together. Then open up your palms, stretch, and then draw your lower back ribs down into the mat. See if you can get your spine to feel super straight. And then soften into the stretch a little more and allow your back to come right back into its natural curvature. Find a position for your arms and your feet to relax. Allow your body to become really heavy on the mat. Bring your awareness back to your spine. Bring your awareness to sensation in your spine or in and around your spine. While you're lying here breathing, send your attention or your intention to your spine. Take deeper breaths, lengthen your exhalation, and send your awareness into your spine. You can stay here for as long as you'd like. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.